Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Raw Law Unfiltered with your host, the DUI Guy Plus. I did try to stream this stream on Ms. Eliza because I can't call her Ms. Blue, and we'll get to why. Uh, Ms. Eliza, I wanted to do that stream last week, but unfortunately, where I was staying did not have a good, solid internet connection. So I was not able to even get off the ground, which was very unfortunate and very upsetting to me. And I can only imagine how upset you were. You did not get your daily dose of the Y guy rants and commentaries. So I apologize. There's nothing I can do when internet does not cooperate. I can't like record locally and then upload or anything like that. So since I don't typically do those. However, speaking of recorded locally and uploaded not live, I have possession of the jury trial that I tried on February the 10th, the 6-minute not guilty verdict. My thumbnail maker is currently in the process of making the thumbnails for that video. Now, more than likely, it's going to be broken up into 5 pieces: jury selection, openings, um, direct and cross examination of the only witness that testified, directed verdict, and closings plus the verdict. So I'm very, very excited. I'm about, after I'm done with this video, I'm probably going to start editing and compiling the video for your viewing pleasure. And if everything goes according to plan, which sometimes it does, I will release the full trial tomorrow and allow you all to binge watch it cover to cover. Since you've asked, I mean, I think it garners more attention when I break it up into pieces and upload like a piece a day. But so many of you all have been complaining. I'm like, the extra 100 or 200 or 500 subs that I may get if I release it piecemeal is not worth the current subscriber stress levels. So I don't want to stress you guys out going, well, you already know how it ends. It's not a secret, but how did I get there? I understand you all want to see the thought process, the legal process, the actual procedure in court. So I'm not going to keep you guys in suspense. I think that's a little mean and a little too much. So I'll be releasing it in one lump sum, hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. I also have another trial scheduled for Wednesday. I don't know if that one is going to go or not. I'm actually representing a former police officer. So that's going to be very, very interesting. He was a police officer at the time that he was pulled over. So hired me very shortly after he got fired, or he was about to get fired, but we all knew that was coming. And so, yeah, that's my next trial, and that's scheduled for Wednesday, assuming it goes. So I will have content there. And then my next one after that, by the way, since we're on the topic, I believe, hi, baby. Since we're on the topic, my next one I think is March 15th. So about a month after that, just shy of like 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. It's actually exactly 4 weeks. So a month. Yeah. Um, and then on Thursday after my trial, so if everything goes according to plan, which sometimes it does, my plan is on Wednesday night to fly back to South Carolina, finish out the defense's case. Hopefully they finish up by Thursday, Friday. And then with respect to the Alec Murdaugh murder trial, in case you were wondering what I'm talking about, I've been covering that trial. I've already went down there twice. Excuse me, and this will be time number 3 and the final time. So we'll cover some more Alec Murdaugh murder trial stuff. Here are the closing arguments. I probably will not stay for deliberations because I imagine the jury's not going to deliberate for less than 4 days. And for me to just sit around in South Carolina for the remainder of February, beginning of March, just doesn't make any sense. Because I know that when they come back, the verdict is going to be public, and I'm probably going to live stream it and talk about it and all that. So that's going to be coming up next week and the week after. But yeah, we're going to keep creating content. I have a lot of ideas in the pipes. A lot of people have been reaching out to me, including, I don't know if you all know who Ariadna Jacobs is, or Jacob, excuse me. She's the one currently suing Taylor Lorenz for defamation. I don't know anything about that story, but she has shared with me the complaint, the motion to dismiss, the response, and their Taylor Lorenz's lawyer's reply. So right now, it's a pending motion to dismiss the defamation lawsuit and the tort alleged by Taylor Lorenz and New York Times, because Taylor Lorenz writes for the New York Times. She's kind of like one of their reporters or whatever. And Ari is coming after Taylor Lorenz, so go Ari. And very excited about that. Hopefully, we're going to have a conversation. She reached out to me, and I'm trying to talk to her about it before I even, like, maybe she'll come on. I know she has her own YouTube channel, I'm pretty sure. And she was pretty big in LA from what I gather, but I don't know much about her. I don't know much about Ari. So, but she seems cool. She seems cool. And oh, there you go. Amy says she met Ari in Vegas. That's cool. That's awesome. Laura B is covering the case too. Okay. That's awesome. She may be at Ricado's meetup. Ricado's having a meetup? Oh, the Vegas one? I don't know what's going on. I don't know what Nick's been up to. I haven't had a chance to really watch his videos. So if you all want to catch me up in the chat, I'll be more than happy to hear. But I'm not exactly sure what's happening, HDT. So what is Ricado's meetup, and what's that about? Vegas. When is the Vegas meetup? I guess I'm gonna have to default to asking chat. Ricado's doing the Vegas thing. Okay, so I keep hearing about it. I don't know what it is. I don't know when it is. I don't know what's it about. Nick and Camelot are doing a Vegas thing. Okay, when? Next weekend. That's a problem. Or is it? I might be able to make. Nah, probably not. Probably not. But I can try. Next weekend, that's the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th. That depends. That depends on several different factors that are, as of yet, welcome to my life, completely undetermined. You know what I mean? I thought I had plans. I don't know if I do. This weekend. Oh, then definitely no. No. Then definitely no. I'm in South Carolina this weekend. Unless I fly from South Carolina to Vegas. Now that's a possibility. Like, don't even stop back home. Pack enough stuff. Get like instead of a carry-on, get like a pack bag and pack for 2 trips. That's possible. I don't know. I was not invited. I don't know what I'm even saying. Like, do you need an invite? Stick with what you are doing. I mean, obviously, but like, if it's this weekend, then actually it might be a real possibility. Lots of law tubers are going. Well, I don't know. Nick did not extend a personal invitation to me. I don't think it's personal. I just think he knows I kind of do my own thing. If I would like appear on his show every day, maybe I would have already been invited. But do you need details are on? Oh, it's an Eventbrite. Well, that's an open invitation. That's usually an open invitation. Um, and that's sometimes true, Evil Ash, but I don't think you need an invite for this one. If it's on Eventbrite, that's an open invite. Okay, you don't need to be invited to those. He probably just published it. Did he? Okay, question: did Nick publish the Eventbrite link on Twitter? If the answer is yes, then it's an open invite, most definitely. If the answer is no, then it's invite only. Just because a bunch of law tubers are going does not mean, yeah, people are saying everyone is welcome. So, I mean, and I've been busy. I haven't had time to catch up. I know there's been a lot of talk about it. I thought it already happened. There you go. He did tweet it, and it's on his locals. That means it's an open invite. I highly doubt that. I mean, Nick and I are completely cool. I know there was like all that little little stuff going on earlier, and that is over 100 people are going. Like, come on. Of course. He promoted it on his stream today. I mean, okay, now it's obvious. It's an open invite. It's an open invite, and you don't even need to buy a ticket, which means you literally just show up. You literally just show up. It's Nick. Everyone is welcome, and that's kind of what I expected, because first of all, it's not like Nick to make like an invite only event yet. I mean, in the future, like a year, 2 years from now, maybe. But what is the purpose? Will somebody tell me? Okay, so we got it's open invite. Everyone is welcome. No ticket needed. Just show up. What on earth are they doing? Oh, damn. Evil Ash. Golly. You're coming out with the zingers today. Why so hateful, bro? Okay. Oh, now we have tickets. It's a fan meetup. Mm. Zinni, what do you think? Nick's event, yay or nay? Zinni is also undecided. Yeah, I don't know. Hey Vanessa, long time. The tickets are to pay for the venue. That makes sense. I mean, okay, so it's 50 bucks is not that's not really like if it was like $500 or something, like I could understand. But it would be like extreme invite only type stuff, but it's a big party. We're talking about Karen, we're talking about Nick's get together. You all want to see Zinni? Here. Let's take Zinni break. Let's like take a look at Zinnia. Hi Zinni. Hi baby. Hi. She's just chilling on my chair. Hi. Zinni Cam. We will in just a moment, Farzana. We we deviated. We deviated our discussion. We started talking about the chat brought something to my attention that we needed to discuss. And so, hi baby. Hi baby. Isn't she like the sweetest girl? I know. I keep she is in good company while I'm gone. My dad watches her, my mom watches her. I have that app called Rover and Wag. I haven't used Wag yet. I've only used Rover. And Rover um has been a godsend. Doesn't it though, Waxing Miracle? The camera absolutely loves her. Oh, look at the pretty baby. No, she's like, all right, I'm bored. I'm just gonna lay down. She's chilling on my computer chair. Her ears are the cutest, aren't they? Who said that? There we go. Girl Scout. The lighting is not the best because the lighting is on me. Um, we can just keep her on. Cover the topic. Welcome to a Raw Law Unfiltered with your host, Zinni the Kitty. Meow. Today we will be talking about Eliza Blue slash Eliza Morthland slash Eliza Meow slash Eliza Siep slash Eliza Cuts slash Eliza knows slash Eliza. We lost track of all her names. Like, it's actually pretty ridiculous. It's pretty ridiculous. Yes, that is a Secret Labs chair. Let's see if I can set it down to where I don't have to hold it. There we go. Now we have a Zinni cam. All right. Now we have a Zinni cam. So, what is the truth about Eliza Blue, and does it matter? Now, I found this article very, very interesting. This anti-trafficking advocate has a very, very, very Eliza lot. I love that. That's such a great Kitty Esquire. Yes, yes, Zinni. Hi, baby. She wags her tail. Isn't that cool? Anyway, so this is her. For those of you who don't know, she's like 51, 52 years old by my count. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Farron has been covering her a lot, and Eliza has been like attacking and blocking Farron. Farron did a video on YouTube where she showed like a 3-second clip of a publicly available music video called like Life of a Vixen. And it was like a 20-minute video or something, and there were like 3 seconds of that 20-minute video was about like the actual clip of the video, and YouTube shut that video down completely. 41. Sorry. I thought she was my bad. I thought she was in her 50s. But like with plastic surgery and stuff, you never know these days. Anything is possible. Let me see if I can get some light. Or is that going to be like too much? If I can get some light on Zinnia, because she's a little dark. Oh no. Now she's gonna think there's like a laser and she's gonna start chasing it. Because she noticed she noticed something very bright, and now she's thinking like maybe it's a laser I can chase. Okay. So let's see if this works out. Anyway, meet Eliza Blue née Morthland, the first fallen girl boss of 2023. The internet personality, anti-trafficking advocate, burst onto the Twitter scene around the time of Elon Musk's takeover. She was obviously a big fan of the Twitter's new CEO, and he appeared to trust her. Blue tweets about censorship, she's opposed, and child sexual abuse materials, which she suggested was rampant on Twitter under the previous regime. Okay. On multiple occasions, she implied that she was working closely with Twitter's new trust and safety team to ban popular hashtags used for trading this appalling content. Seems like a noble cause, right? A very noble quest. The extent of her role, however, has recently been called into question over the last couple of weeks because her narrative as a survivor is completely falling apart. Now, this is where things get interesting. She publicly shared her story for the first time on a podcast in September of 2020, and she recounted a sheltered upbringing on an Illinois farm before a rebellious phase where she met a photographer who lured her to Los Angeles with promises of stardom. On the trip, the 17-year-old was drugged, assaulted, and groomed, allegedly, before being sold to a much older gentleman for $500. Now, let me just stop right here for a second. First and foremost, so at 17 years old, what year is it? That's approximately, if she is 47, 41 now, if we take away 23, what do we get? 18. So this is like 1999. 1999, give or take. I'm not exactly sure, but sounds about right. Who sells someone to someone else for $500. Right out of the gate, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense because $500 when you traffic people, for the most part, in my experience, from what I've learned and what I've heard, okay, like, just let's be frank here for just a moment. Um, in 1999, if you're actually selling someone, like, you would sell them for like a $250,000 because or unless is she being sold for the night, in which case it would be at least 5 or 10 grand minimum. But if you're being sold as a human, like, you are now the property of this older gentleman for the next, until he sells you, you're going to be, it's like, I think the going rate is somewhere between a quarter million and $500,000. Like, that is, I believe, at the time, the going rate for underage girls. If you've done any research at all, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. So I don't understand. Even Amy is like, maybe she was on sale. Like, okay, that's a little disturbing to say out loud. I'm not going to lie. That's a little too much, even for me. That's how you know it's bad. But even Zinnia perked her ears very awkwardly at the sound of $500, huh? So, and Nicola, so you know what I'm talking about, right? Tell me in the chat. Tell the chat, am I right? Am I in the ballpark? Or am I completely off the mark? Because I'm completely convinced, unless it's like even a backroom deal, like a complete backroom deal, you at least you gotta pay tree fitting. I agree. I agree, Valash. It was a lease. Jesus Christ, you guys are heartless. The daughter in Taken got $500,000. There you go. There's a Larry. You are right. This is well off, says Nicola. There we go. At least one other person did the research. So these are real numbers. So $500. I mean, even for a night, the owner would never accept $500 for a night. It just doesn't make any sense. You are like, even a lease, even a 1 hour lease would still be like 3 grand or something. I think this is where she fucked up. She got a really low number, trying to show like how much little value she held as a human being, and it's backfiring. The strange tale, the story goes on. The strange tale that follows includes a stint in a band, an abusive marriage, and multiple escapes from, and then returns to, quote unquote, the life. So is that what? Prostitution? Is that, what is this life? Is this the life of a rock star? Is this the life of a whore? Like, what is this? I don't understand. When she'd fall in with new crowds of traffickers. Oh, so that's the life, being trafficked. According to the podcast, she finally got out in 2014. So if she's 18 in 2000, she's now 32. So for 15 years, she was living the life. Okay, Liz Krill, it's a South Park reference, which, by the way, I need to watch that new episode about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Everyone is telling me I need to watch that episode, and I can't wait. I just haven't had time. There's an episode from long, long time ago where Chef always marries a succubus. And if you haven't seen that episode, it's phenomenal. It's like season 1 or 2 of South Park from like 2000, 2001. And there's Chef's father, I think, makes the first and only appearance in South Park, him and his wife, and he tells the story about how the Loch Ness monster would show up at his doorstep and says, I need about tray for it. And it's this whole running joke about the mother and the father, Chef's mom and dad, keep going back and forth. Well, she's like, I gave him $3.50. The other, well, no wonder he keep coming back, woman. You keep giving the Loch Ness monster $3.50. And my favorite part is like, well, I opened the door and there was a little Girl Scout just trying to sell some cookies. And I was like, oh, well, hello there, little girl. Now, what can I do you for? And she goes, I need about 350. And at that moment, I realized that this girl was about 3 stories tall and had green scales. And I'm like, "Oh, damn it, Loch Ness monster! I'm tired of you trying to get to know Tree Fitty." And then she chimes in. The mom, his wife, is like, "Well, I gave him Tree Fitty the other day. Well, no wonder the Loch Ness monster keep coming back. You keep giving him Tree Fitty." And it's like it's the weirdest, stupidest, funniest thing you'll hear in that episode. So go check it out if you haven't. It's gold. It's dynamite. Um, right? Isn't it? I was trying to get it as accurate as I could. No, damn.
Not kidding. He's my chicken pot pie. These are my cheesy poos.
Anyway, now I feel like Tug now because you can't see my face. So like I'm just talking into the microphone. So I feel like that umbrella guy because he never shows his face. The voice impersonation is just wild. Yeah. Did it work? Did it work? Good. All right. Okay. So 2014. So she gets out after 15 years of being in the business, being trafficked, sold, bought, sex for money, after watching survivors tell their stories online. Now, here's a problem. Okay. She says she got out in 2014. Now, let's jump real quick to Model Mayhem. Now, I don't know if some of you know, like I dated a model, so I'm a bit familiar with this website. Back in the early 2000s, Model Mayhem was one of the it was kind of like you guys remember MySpace? MySpace for models was Model Mayhem. Okay. Model Mayhem was where models would go to get gigs, photographers, videographers. This website was huge back in the day. Absolutely huge. Now, it's not so much anymore. It's not so much anymore, but some people still use it. It's just not as popular. There are other social media and all that. Right, Joel? Hey girl, ASL question mark A/S/L question mark age, sex, location for those of you who remember. Anyway, she's got gig on Backpages is a prostitution ring website, which you voluntarily usually go into. I didn't know that actually, HDT. That I did not know. It's possible. I don't know. So Eliza Siep, see this now she's Eliza Blue, but back then, so she never changed her first name. So God bless her. It's easier to find this way. But she always changed her last name. She always changed her last name. Now, at this point, she's in Chicago, Illinois. She was Eliza Siep. So her real name, her real last name, remember, is Morthland. That's her given birth last name. So here she's Eliza Siep, and you can see she's got she literally the first thing on her, and we're not gonna play it. If you want to go see it, go check it out. Life of a Vixen by Eliza Siep, I think. I don't want to play it because I don't want to be copyright struck by this bitch. Life of a Vixen is her doing a music video where she's very provocative and very sexual and very look at me. And she's like, you can check out all my work, and including music videos. You can check out her photos on Model Mayhem. Again, we're not gonna open it up. I don't need that those problems. She joined November 29th, 2008. Now, clearly, this is her promoting herself. This is not someone who created an account for her. She's got all of her, like, what I do. Interestingly enough, there is one with lingerie. One of the things that models do in order to stand out, they will do like nude or lingerie. Now, she says explicitly somewhere here, like she does not do nudes. I can't remember where it was, but I believe I read it somewhere. See, she's got messages from like 2010. The last activity on this website came in 2013, allegedly a year before she got out of the business. A year before she got out of the business, allegedly. So for 5 whole years, she's back and forth on this website. She's experienced, giggity, giggity goo. Compensation depends on the assignment. So she's open to ideas. Very sketchy stuff, 5'9, 136. So she's 41. You were right, Amy. Blue eye color. I think maybe that's why she changed her name to Eliza Blue for the eye color. And all this stuff she's doing or will be willing to do: underwater, swimwear, stunt, glamour, lifestyle. But lingerie is the one that gets me. So that just shows if you've been like trafficked and abused, I don't believe a woman of such persuasion would be willing to do like sexual work because of the trauma that you experienced as someone who has been trafficked and abused their whole life. Like, why would you go right back into that? I don't understand. It seems Zinnia got bored with Eliza. That's funny. Okay. So she joins Model Mayhem. She does that for about 5 years. And then she's like, all right, I'm tired of whoring myself out to the world. I will quit and I'll go back to not being a whore. Maybe. Still debatable. Still debatable. So let's get back to the story. The details of events are vague and circumspect, and Blue is wholly unable to place them on a timeline. Now, this is where it becomes sketchy, right? Because normally when you have a chronological series of events, it's very easy to tell the story. But if you can't tell the story and put it on a timeline, that means you're making some stuff up. And in order to keep consistent, you have to keep deviating from the timeline. And that explains, which she explains is the result of the effects of trauma on the brain. That's such an easy out, but complete bullshit, in my opinion. I could be wrong. The hazy nature of the story and the existence of several different aliases raise questions about Blue's past. Last week, so this was a couple years ago, a YouTuber named Brittany Venti apparently found that rap video that we talked about, the life of a video vixen. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, a vixen is a very also kind of not sexual in nature, but it can be like very sexualized, but not always. But you're wearing skimpy outfits and lingerie and stuff like that. Like we have a group called Something Vixens here in town, and yeah, it's they do like sexy shows wearing skimpy outfits and lingerie. It's boudoir. It's basically boudoir. Is Brittany Venti's account still locked, by the way? Bonnie says, trauma on the brain. I'm too stupid to remember my lies. Can't keep my lies straight. Free Brittany Venti. So Brittany Venti releases that rap video featuring a scantily clad Blue and asked if she'd ever discussed the performance in the context of her story. She tweeted a photo still from the video, which had been publicly available on YouTube for the last 7 years. For a trafficking survivor, so this is 2 years after she allegedly gets out of the whole industry, she goes right back into it. And for a trafficking survivor to perform in a sexualized video shortly after breaking away from their captors is confounding. But so is the path toward recovery, and perhaps Blue didn't want to be judged. So, all right. That would have been the end. However, when Venti's account was suspended for sharing the image, fans called out. So it wasn't the fact that she shared that really got everybody riled up. It's after she shared, Blue came after her and was like, no, honey. And she got her account suspended, Brittany's account suspended completely. That's insanity. When you tried to cover up, look, the past is the past. You can answer for your crimes, your mistakes, your stupidity, but you don't try to bury it after it's been unearthed. You can't rebury stuff. Any public figure knows this. Like, for example, when the Amber Heard simps came after me and were like, well, remember when you're doing this, this, and this, and you're also being sued by a cop for defamation, you da da da. And I'm like, you do realize that case is over, right? Like all they did was do a Google search for my name and they found the article. But there was no subsequent article because the news don't care when private entities win. They care when the government sues a private entity. So the article stating Larry Foreman is getting sued by a cop is out there. Of course it is, because that's what happened. But there was no article, oh, Larry won with flying colors and got a judgment. And the cop went to prison on an unrelated charge for beating the shit out of a protester and lying about it. So that story is out there. That story is out there if you Google his name. But again, I already spoke about that issue. I'm not here to unearth old things. The reason I'm bringing it up is because I believe the past is the past, and that's fine. But you don't try to bury something that has been unearthed. Yeah, she's not very smart, clearly. So burlesque. Oh, burlesque. Sorry, that's the word. You're right, Ditch Wicked. Burlesque, not boudoir. I mean, boudoir, burlesque. They're kind of similar in my defense. She had 25 videos removed from YouTube. Jesus. All right. Hey, Luke. By the way, for the record, Luke Korlovich sounds Polish. Art. I have no problem with you chilling in the chat, but please don't try to steal the thunder. It's just not cool. It's kind of bad manners, just for the record. I will never call you out like this, but this is like the fourth or fifth time I've seen it happen. It's just BM, bro. Just don't do that. It's not cool. I have no problem with you like trying to promote yourself, but you know, I've been watching you. Just stop. But you're more than welcome to chill and have fun and chat. I'm not trying to, that's why I haven't like, silenced you or anything, because I don't care. But just don't be an ass. Don't try to like gain momentum in the chat while I'm streaming. That's just like, come on, man. At the very least, you can like, you want to donate and have your comment highlighted and have people flock to your channel. You're welcome to do that. I'll read your chat, but just be cool. Anyway. No, he was. That's not the message I was referring to. That's not the message I was referring to. Those of you who know, you know. But again, I'm not hating. I'm just giving a cautionary tale. Anyway, so Venti's account is suspended for sharing the image. Fans call her out. The erstwhile free speech advocates hypocrisy, as well as the apparent abuse of her connections to higher ups on Twitter. Because otherwise, how would she get the account by Britney banned so quickly? You know what I'm saying? Who issued bizarre justifications for the suspensions. Later that day, Blue announced that the video included private images. So private images publicly available for 7 years on YouTube and maybe like 15 years or so on the internet. We don't know. Somewhere between 08 and 13. We know that because it's published on the website, the Model Mayhem website. And that's just weird. How can you argue privacy when at the same time privacy does not exist because it's on the internet for the last 7 years? Like, what the fuck, man? Even Zinnia is just like, I'm not having this. I do not consent. Broadly implying that she had been coerced into performing in the video as a victim of sex trafficking. Coerced? That's why it's still like, this is how coerced she was. This is how coerced she was. About me. Literally the first link is www.chicagonow.com, Life of a Video Vixen. This is how coerced she was. You can check out all my work, including music videos, on my blog, Life of a Vixen, that I mentioned a second time. Credit notes. Author fucking author of Life of a Vixen on there's that link again. There's that link a second time. This is now, it's been published 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in the first 7 lines of her profile. Tell me how that's coerced, huh? Tell me how that's coerced. That makes no bloody sense at all. The definition of trafficking has expanded as we learn more about the psychology of abuse. Many factors prevent victims from leaving abusive situations. No question. Would you delete that thing first thing you're out of an abusive situation? It's been up for 15 years. 15 years that website has been up, that link has been up, and she's done nothing to delete it. Nothing. Over time, a person's social ties are severed and they lose their sense of autonomy and often develop an overwhelming fear of retaliation. But it's hard to reconcile with Eliza Morthland, the beloved daughter of a wealthy Illinois politician. Or is it Eliza Cutts, the popular hairstylist in Chicago's rock scene? Or is it Eliza Knows, the rap video vixen who taped herself gloating to her mother about starring in one? The profile doesn't even fit comfortably with Eliza Blue, the anti trafficking advocate who lashes out at podcast hosts with basic questions about the story that informs all her work. See, the problem is this is where the situation really gets hairy. She has tried many grifts. She tried to be a hairstylist. She tried in the rock scene. She tried to be a vixen. She tried to be a sex object. She tried to be on podcasts. And finally, she got her claim to fame as in anti trafficking. And that's when she's been ousted and outed. Few people ask any questions at all, of course, because another thing we've learned about sexual trauma is that victims are often blamed, shamed, denied their experience. We know how important it is to be believed, so we don't question people who come forward with a harrowing tale of sexual abuse. And she used that to her advantage, I believe. I think Eliza was like, not many people are going to be asking questions about this, so I'm just going to like fit the narrative and I'm going to skate by. No one is going to notice, and I'm going to be right in at the top. And in October, November, if you remember, there were several Twitter spaces where Eliza Blue and Elon Musk were literally talking to one another directly about the issue, and she felt really big. She gained like thousands of subscribers or followers rather, because she doesn't have a YouTube channel really. She's mostly, her claim to fame is Twitter, and on Twitter she gained like tons and tons and tons of followers. She's since been losing. She lost like 30,000 followers in the last 2 weeks, something like that. So it's been quite chilling for her. Her reputation is literally tanking. During a chilling experience on Timcast a year ago, Blue herself raises the possibility that her story is all a fabrication. So she herself almost borderline admits it and asks, why would it even matter? Who cares that I'm a lying sack of shit, right? Who cares that my whole life is a lie? Who cares about the fact that I went through 15 different last names? It's, what does it matter? As long as I'm getting my grift on, like, come on, who cares? She wasn't abusing anyone. She wasn't asking anyone for money. She managed to raise national awareness about human trafficking, particularly on big tech. I'm talking about a noble cause. It's a noble issue. Yes, I'm lying. Yes, I'm a lying sack of shit. Yes, I'm fabricating. Yes, it's all bullshit. Yes, my life is a lie. But why does it matter? It's for a noble cause. Get out of here. Get out of here. In a sense, she's right. In that sense, she's right. Blue has won many awards for her activism. Not many, sorry, won awards for her activism. Her brash personality and tireless promotion have certainly brought her cause to the fore. Does it matter if her work was driven by vanity or built on lies? Unlike in cases of false rape allegations, Amber Heard, hint, hint, Amber Heard, hint, hint, which can destroy the lives of the accused, Johnny Depp, hint, hint, Johnny Depp, hint, hint. Also, Marilyn Manson and Evan Rachel Wood, hint, hint. And Kevin Spacey, I don't know, maybe that one I'm still skeptical about, even though he won in court. I don't know that much about it. But I'm definitely waiting for the trial in the UK. Oh, so she did ask for money on GoFundMe's. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. So she lied about that too. She lied about that too. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. Wow. Okay. Oops. Um, so those allegations can destroy the lives of the accused. Oh, I was talking about Kevin Spacey. Yeah, Kevin Spacey is having his trial in, I believe, England in June. So I'm gonna try and make my way to England.
Hi. Hi, baby.
So there are real victims. All the people who believed her and believed in her, as well as all the real survivors who see their plight used to instrumentally feed a narcissist. Ultimately, it does us all a disservice when we blindly believe, especially when in a culture where victimhood is a status symbol. Amber Heard, Evan Rachel Wood, and so on. So let's talk about here's another article I wanted to discuss. By SK Pop. I believe they were one of the ones who covered the story of my notebook sale. A massive attempt at a cover up, obviously, when she banned Britney. Eliza Blue human trafficking story scandal explained as World Star music video goes viral. Again, anytime you try to hide something, it's going to go viral. Just admit it, move on. That is always the best policy, no matter what it is. No matter how bad you think it is, admitting it will allow people to move on a whole lot faster and better than if you try to pretend like, oh, it doesn't exist, la 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 la, you know, that sort of thing. Yes, Nicola, I'm hoping to be in London. I've never been actually. I've never been in the UK. I've never actually. Well, I have been overseas, but I was young. I lived there, but I've never been there since. Well, the last 21 years. I'll be 22 years since I've been in over on that side of the pond. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, that's her wearing a necklace what looks to be something in Arabic. I don't know. I can't tell. I can't tell what that says. It looks like Arabic, but I could be wrong. And by the way, Tug, his comment went kind of viral. Who is Zinnia that's supposed to be so pretty? Last name, please. Zinnia Foreman. And I am pointing to her. You don't need to Google her. If you look on the bot, well, actually, let me make it big. Zinnia, her last name is Foreman, and she's the prettiest girl in the world, and nobody can compare to her. And that's her, right, Zinni?
Hi, baby.
Welcome to the craziness, M. Welcome to the craziness. Okay. All right, back to the story. Anti-sex trafficking activist Eliza Blue is allegedly covering her tracks in light of the recent exposés against her coming forward. Recently, the Daily Beast released an exclusive piece which seemingly alleged that the internet figure is not the victim she seems to portray herself as. Meanwhile, voice recordings of her consenting to take part in her provocative World Star music video have found their way online. That Umbrella guy posted, breaking. Multiple creators have been hit with privacy complaints from Eliza Blue, at least 4 so far and growing. First Elon Musk and Twitter, now this. It's a massive attempt at a cover up that keeps growing. Thank you for that, Tug. The world music video in question, where Eliza Blue was a dancer wearing revealing outfits, is no longer available on YouTube. She took it down. Several YouTubers, including Lauren Chen, and by the way, Farron shared it on her either Locals or Rumble. I believe that's where I've seen it. I think it was on Rumble. Claimed that the internet figure is on a censorship warpath by taking down any form of content that contradicts her human trafficking narrative. So I have a narrative and reality does not comport with it. So let's warp reality. Never works, honey. Never works. That wasn't dancing, Chad is saying. In a voice recording, can be heard consenting to take part in the World Star Eye Candy music video. In the audio clip, Blue says, I was blessed to work with one of the dopest directors in the game. I had a vision. I couldn't sleep one night. I said, what would take me to the next level, like for myself? What would take me to the next level of that demographic? I want to reach and bring them that art, bring them that fashion, and still keep it within the sculpt of what I am doing. And at 6 o'clock in the morning, I just got this thing in my head like, World Star. I wrote them an actual email. It was short and sweet and to the point, explaining to them who I was. I wonder if cocaine was involved, if you're not sleeping until 6 o'clock in the morning. But hey, speculation, objection, speculation. She was also allegedly revealed that there were negotiations that took place after she proposed the idea to take part in one of their music videos. On the Tim Pool subreddit, proof that Eliza Blue consented to the World Star Hip Hop Eye Candy Music Video Awards. And there it is. There's the proof. Meanwhile, an alleged email from the World Star has been floating on the internet, where a rep from the organization has claimed that she was paid for the video she took part in. That Star Wars girl, that umbrella guy, here you go. Daniel Cotton, restatement wanted regarding Eliza No's video. She was paid for this video and we own full rights. Anything further can be addressed via legal. Thank you. Boom. There you go. Eliza Blue attacked for false human trafficking claims. The influencer is best known for appearing in interviews alongside public figures, including Ben Shapiro, Dr. Drew Pinsky, and Tim Pool, amongst others. Her friendship with Twitter CEO Elon Musk has also gained her massive traction online. She describes herself as a human trafficking survivor advocate and a survivor herself, according to her personal website. She played a massive role in Twitter's content moderation and seems to have helped Musk in the removal of abusive material from the social media platform. She also aided the new Twitter CEO in her campaign against the platform's now former trustee and trust and safety, Yoel Roth. She seems to be a key figure in how the platform operates, and her recent censorship controversy involving her having accounts temporarily suspended from the site, which means that many have a keen interest in her life and background. Somebody released a video, The Truth About Eliza Blue, with a very provocative photo of Eliza and her trying. I'm guessing this is Brittany, and I don't know who this is, and this is the speaker of the video. The Daily Beast spoke to her now former friend Carly Wenzel, who revealed that she is completely lying about her past. Based on her timeline of her human trafficking experience, Eliza Blue revealed that she was first groomed by a famous photographer she met at a Warped Tour concert when she was just 16. Oh, now she's 16. So first she met him at 17, then she met her at 16. Maybe next week she'll meet him at 15. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it seems like her story just keeps changing. She can't keep it straight. She can't keep it straight. She then traveled to LA for the same, where she claimed to have been assaulted while drugged on meth. So how do you get drugged on meth? You have to smoke meth unless you get like injected in your arm involuntarily. It doesn't make any sense. She was also claimed that she was sold for $500 in Hollywood Hills in a trafficking ring. All right. Okay. After some time, we already talked about that. If you missed it, it's a phenomenal discussion about pricing and stuff of humans. It's sad, but true. After some time, when she returned to the city, following a brief stay in Chicago, she was trafficked by a high-profile athlete. However, Wenzel stated that she does not believe Eliza Blue's story. The friend stated that Blue lied about her age and that she was in her early 20s. She was certain about the same, as she was hanging out with her at the time. And after placing the concert and the date and place, it would be sometime in the early 2000s. So 99, she was 17. 2000, she was 18. So it would be like 2003, 2004 when she's 20, 21, 22. Wenzel also revealed that she does not remember hearing from Eliza Blue that she was being trafficked in either of the instances. Now, this is big because normally when you are a victim, you want to tell the world. You know, you want to tell. Well, I guess you can ingest meth. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. But okay, all right. Wenzel also revealed that she does not remember hearing. Like, you would tell your story. You would normally tell, like, oh my God, can you believe I was like, this is a huge part. You, especially to a friend, you would eventually confide in them. But if you've never told that story in 02, 03, 04, 05, 06, 07, then in 08, you create an account on Model Mayhem, 09, 10, 11, 12, you're doing all these gigs, 13 is the last time she logged on to that. She went on to like do other things, becoming a barber, trying to make it big, faked, fell, tried to do another thing. Now she's like victim of, like, it's so disgusting. Just trying to grift off of different avenues, failing, 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 finally succeeding, and boom, your past comes to haunt you. She stated that at the time, Blue alleged to be trafficked by the celebrity athlete and that she was living in an affluent Chicago neighborhood in reality. In another instance, when Zell recalled Blue asking her whether she would like to join the latter as an escort on her cam girl website. So Blue invites Wenzel, hey girl, I have a cam girl website I'm on. You want to come join? I wonder if anyone has any recordings of that. Now, obviously, we can't make that public because it would be most definitely sexual in nature. But yeah. However, Wenzel declined. Like, no, girl, I'm good. I appreciate the invite. Thank you for inviting me to become a cam girl. And, you know, nothing wrong with being a sex worker, but don't lie about it. Like, just admit it. If that's what you were into, you want to sell your body, but don't sell your body and then be like, I was forced into it. Like, that's the disgusting part. We're not upset at you, Eliza. Right, Zinni? We're not upset at you for being a sex worker or a potential sex worker. We're upset at you about lying about doing voluntary sex work. That's basically what it's starting to sound like, Danielle. She's done voluntary sex work and now she's saying, I was trafficked. Now, you're like the second person, Mystified, to have said this. I don't want to read it out loud. You can read it on the screen if you want to. That's disgusting and appalling. And I have no words. I don't know if that actually happened. I've never seen anything of that nature. But if it's true, that is messed up. Free Britney. Fuck this Eliza girl. Screw her grift. She's now used the platform for nefarious purposes, and that's not acceptable. People don't like hypocrites. People don't like liars. People don't like frauds. People don't like people who create fake narratives. It's okay to have a shitty past, but at least like don't lie about it. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's perfect. Those of you who have seen The Office, you know this quote: Po Buddy's nerfect. Right, Zinni? Po Buddy's nerfect. It's okay, but don't lie about it. Zinnia is a year and a half old. She's still a baby. She's a baby. I should have turned the chair a long time ago. I kind of forgot to do that. I'm not going to lie. So anyway, well, this is going to be me and Zinnia signing off. So I thank you all for joining us. I thank you all for having our attention. Right, Zinni? I don't know if you can see me. Hi. She's kind of like taking over the camera. So I'm happy for her. I'm glad that it worked out. I had some fun. Be on the lookout for that trial. I'm going to upload it tomorrow. And then I have potentially on Wednesday, I'll have another trial, a brand new one. And then I'll be going back to South Carolina. So that's pretty much all for now, folks. Thank you all for joining me. I've had so much fun, enjoyed myself. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Zinnia says thank you as well. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye, everybody.